Hey guys, welcome to episode 4 of my Ironman series. Today my goal is to finish the Barronite Mace. So in the last episode I did a whole bunch of mining and cracking open Barronite deposits down here in the ruins of Kamehameha. I got my Mkando hammer, which was really the goal. But in the process I got a lot of the other collection log items, including a couple of the Barronite Mace heads. And as you can see here, I did like one inventory of fishing. I lost the clip of me actually doing it. It was lagging really bad. I'm gonna talk about that a little bit later because that was kind of an ongoing problem with a lot of the clips this episode. But on the first inventory I did, I got the handle for the Barronite Mace, and at that point I became very determined to complete it. So I'll also say I had a clip of me fighting one golem. It was a level 13, one of the uncharged golems. It's not even associated with a rune of any type or whatever, and I could barely kill it. It took me forever. So I cut that part out and I decided I'm just gonna go get my stats up, get some better gear, and then come back, finish off that part. So right now I'm heading over to the south of Falador to kill some imps. I understand training on imps is no bueno, but I do need to do the imp catcher quest, and so this is kind of a 2-for-1. Little bit of combat XP, and I will get all the beads that I need, and then I can turn that quest in. I kind of don't even remember what you get from it. I think it's the Amulet of Accuracy is really the big thing that I want, and that you might get a little bit of magic XP. I don't really remember, but I don't have any kind of an amulet right now, so Amulet of Accuracy would carry me for a while until I can get a strength amulet. So yeah, I determined that this was an okay spot to kill them. I think there's 3 or 4 that spawn over here. So I'm kind of just gonna skip through this part. Obviously you don't need to see me killing a whole bunch of imps.
One eternity later.
Okay, so after some time I got all 4 of the beads. It's a yellow, white, red, and black. And I'm pretty sure you can only get them from imps. That's why it's excuse me. That's why it's called Imp Catcher. So now I can go turn in the quest, which you do at the Wizard Tower, south of Draynor. This will also be a decent time to talk about what's going on with the clips and stuff. So I think during the time that I was recording all this, I was using a method where I was using a specific video capture for the RuneScape client, and for whatever reason the clips were coming out very laggy. At some point I realized it, and I changed over to, I believe, a screen capture, and that solved the problem. But it did take me some amount of hours of playing and recording before I realized. So there was a whole lot of laggy clips. So I'm just doing a whole lot of cutting through all this content, but for the most part I was able to capture all the important stuff. Yeah, I mean it solves itself eventually, but here we're just turning in the quest. The actual quest completion was one of the things that got missed, so the next usable clip I had was me standing in Falador with significantly fewer beads. Also, in my inventory you can see a potion. That is an item that's just called potion that I got from one of the imps, and then I looked it up. It's a 1 in 100 something chance or something like that, and I think it's used in a quest, so I kept it. Never heard of that item before though. I don't really remember that item being in the game. Thought that was kind of weird. But yeah, I got that turned in. Got my amulet of accuracy. Now what I'm gonna do is go waste some time by doing some Slayer. I mean, this was just a mistake. I don't really know why I ended up doing this, but I quickly learned my lesson. I did like one task. It got me to level 3 Slayer. And then I was like, yeah, screw this. I'm gonna go do some quests. But I'm showing it just for the sake of, you know, I got to like 3 Slayer and I didn't want that to just be a mystery where that came from. So, yeah. There it is, 21 goblins slain, and I also got myself 10 defense, so I can buy some black armor. Yeah. Oh, 52 fishing. Alright, there's Vampire Slayer complete. 22 attack, 20 combat. I think I'm gonna go on to Waterfall quest now. Alright, there's Waterfall complete. Moving on up. We got 33 attack, 32 strength, 28 combat. Now I can wear some Addy weaponry. And I probably hit like a truck. So my next move is going to be getting a little bit of cash. And I'm going to do that by doing the Stronghold of Security in Barbarian Village. And then, yeah, that just gets you a free 10k. And then from there I can buy like a new weapon and some armor. And then I should be good to go back to the golems. Alright, here we are at the end of the Stronghold of Security. Getting hit with that fateful decision. Pretty much always go with the fancy boots. They're obviously the coolest ones. And there we have it. I got some sick ass boots and 10,000 coins. Alright, here we are all decked out. So I got a Addy Battle Axe from Brian's Axes in Port Sarum. Black plate body from, I think his name's like Horvik in Varric. Plate legs from Louis' Legs down in Alcarid. Fancy boots. Training shield. Amulet of Accuracy from Imp Catchers. And blue wizard hat. And I think with this exact setup, I should be able to kill some golems. Alright, made my way back to the ruins. I'm here to kick some golem ass. And there's 17 hit points. 18 hit points. Alright, there's 35 attack. And 350 total level. And 30 combat. Nice. 19 hit points. And there was golem number 50. Here I am at 195 kills. Still dry. I now have 40 attack though, and I'm working on strength. Yippee! Okay, so this may be hard to believe, but I'm now sitting at 383 kills with no guard, Barronite Mace guard thingy. Starting to question if the item exists. Okay, here's the stats we're sitting at now at 406 kills. I've got 40 attack, 40 strength, 33 defense, 34 hit points. Kind of crazy because when I came here I was 33 attack, 32 strength, 10 defense, and like I think 16 hit points. So we've come a long way. 400 golems later, still no Barronite guard. Good XP though. I will probably have 40 defense before I get it. Alright, so after being cooped up in these ruins for 433 golem kills, I decided I needed a break. So I had a couple clue scrolls in the bank. What I end up doing here, I'm just going to talk through it because it's a whole thing and it took a lot of time. But I started working on the clue scrolls and then I got to a step that needed me to turn in some leather chaps to Charlie the Tramp. And then I decided I wanted to get 18 crafting to make the chaps myself. Just because, like, anything other than killing golems at the moment is what I want to be doing. And, you know, eventually I got to train crafting anyway. So, initially I grabbed some range gear, I went and killed some cows, started collecting some leather. And then it occurred to me, I have like hundreds of soft clay. Or sorry, hundreds of clay, not soft clay, but yeah, a bunch of clay from the golems. So I went to Falador. I took a bunch of like buckets and just started using the tap that's right next to the let's see, I think it's western, would be the western bank in Falador. There's a water tap like right outside of it, so I started going, filling up like 14 buckets, taking out 14 clay, turning them all into soft clays, and then I ran them to Barbarian Village, crafted them, ran back, you know, whatever. I think actually I turned them all into soft clay first, and then I started doing runs with like full inventories of clay to Barbarian Village, turning them into something, and then I would bank in Edgefill. And super slow way to train crafting, but it made use of all the clay that I had. And I ended up doing that all the way until like 18 crafting. Made the leather chaps that I needed. Made full leather in the process. And then I think I went to, for some reason I just like took the full leather and some bronze knives and went and trained at the Barbarians for like a little bit. Ended up with like 12 range or something. Okay, but now all that being said, I'm just going to skip ahead to where I actually have a clue reward, a casket. Ah, that was a lot of work just to get this casket. Better be something good. Okay, on to the next one. And here we are with casket number 2. Boom. That's actually pretty good. Amulet of Magic will come in handy. And Purple Sweets eventually when I go to do Jad. Heck yeah. After being disappointed by clue scrolls and golems, I turned to a life of crime. Try to make some money. Okay, managed to restore the cash pile a little bit. Okay, so I had one more brilliant idea when it comes to finishing off this Barronite Mace. So what I'm doing right now, training some agility I'm gonna get it to level 13. I'm going to do the Lost Tribe quest. I'm going to train up to 28 ranged. I'm going to buy a bone crossbow with a whole bunch of bone bolts. And then I'm going to kill fire giants until I get a rune scimitar. And that will be my best in slot for a long ass time. Until I get the dragon scimitar. And that should help me speed through the golem kills a little bit. I understand they're probably weak to crush and not slash. I don't care. A rune scimitar is still better than an Addy battle axe any day. So yeah, because the drop rate for the last piece I'm trying to get on those golems is like 1 in 700. So I might go another 400 or 500 kills without it. So in order to speed this whole thing up, we're just going to go knock out the rune scimitar. It's an item that I'm going to need anyway. Okay, just turned in Goblin Diplomacy quest. Just a prereq for the Lost Tribe. Okay, in classic fashion, the quest turn-in clip was lost, but you can see I've got a bone crossbow and a whole bunch of bolts. Quest complete. Moving on. Okay, spent a little bit of time doing some smithing just to replenish my bronze knives. Just training up the range down in the Stronghold of Security. I started out doing minotaurs, now I'm doing goblins. No real rhyme or reason. I think the goblins drop a lot of clue scrolls though. And this is where I'm going to be standing for the foreseeable future while I kill fire giants. Yeah, baby. Okay, so after 305 kills at fire giants, we get the rune scimitar. The drop rate for that is a 1 in 128. So I almost like tripled the drop rate on that. Pretty bad. Pretty bad luck on the account. But hey, that just means we're due for some good luck later on. I'm gonna get spooned to something crazy. But we did it. I'm glad that grind is finally over. In the process, I managed to get .53 range and 46 hit points. Not bad. And also some prayer. 23 prayer from the big bones. And with that, there's only one thing left to do. Return to the golems. Finish what we started so long ago. By God, there it is. It's real. And I wasn't that many kills away from it when I left off. I left at 433 and I got it at 444. Unbelievable. Well, the grind is almost over because there's one thing left to do. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need to earn some more Barronite shards to be able to assemble the whole thing. But I can't believe it. Finally got that stupid item. We got down 1500 shards. Mostly got that from mining. Mining is by far the quickest way to get shards down here. So here we go. Put that bit together. There it is, baby. The Barronite Mace. Low key, not even that excited about it anymore. More excited that I got my rune scimitar. But overall, super productive episode. I'm very happy with everything I accomplished. It took a really, really, really long time to get this stupid mace. I don't think I'm really going to use it much. It will be my best crush weapon for a while. So if I do need a crush weapon, I got one. Also, apparently it's supposed to be like strong specifically against golems. I think it gives you like a 10% accuracy and damage against them or something. So I might go try that out. But yeah, that's it. So thank you for watching. If you're enjoying the series, subscribe, follow along. It's starting to pick up now. I feel like this was a really good, really productive episode, and I'm just excited to keep the momentum going at this point, because it's just gonna keep getting better. So thank you for watching. See you next time.